Hey, it's Randy Burgoyne with Impactization. My last two videos I covered iDrive backup, just file folder type backups, and also iDrive sync, which is a folder like a OneDrive, Google Drive, Dropbox that you can sync and then quickly access on a mobile device or share with others. So iDrive has got some cool features, and now I'm going to show you the drive image backup. In other words, you can take a whole image of a hard drive and back it up to a little external drive or even to a cloud backup if you buy the service. Now this little drive is about a 1 terabyte USB drive. It was fairly inexpensive. I bought it last year for about $65 or something like that, so not too expensive. And I'm going to plug this into my laptop. And then I'm going to remote desktop over to my laptop to show you. Oh, if you haven't installed OneDrive, go to impactization.com, click on Partners and Products, and then you'll see the iDrive banner right there at the top. Click there, and for what we're doing, we only need the free version. So you can download the free 5 GB version, enter in your name and email address and create a password, and then create my account, and it'll immediately download and allow you to run the installation. When you're done, you're going to see a screen something like this. Okay, so we covered backup, how to set up the backup folders. Now, one thing I didn't cover in the last video is that if you check this box here, the backup only goes to your local USB drive. Now that's kind of cool because you don't have to have a big subscription for backup on the cloud iDrive in order to have a backup of your files. You can pick a local drive. Now in this case, I have several locations. Okay, it's going to ask if I want to allow access. Click yes. Allow access. There we go. Now here's your opportunity to select a location. Now if I look at the my files and I go to this PC, you'll see that the drive I just plugged in is that little Seagate expansion drive, is a drive E. All right. So I can back up to my drive E, and it's going to keep it local, but I will get a whole backup of all my desktop music, documents, pictures, and videos. Those are the things that I want backed up on a regular basis. Sync, I know that if I drop something in the iDrive sync, I can get to it on my mobile device. Now we're also going to cover disk image backup today. All right, so click on disk image backup, and you have some similar features here. You can back up local and cloud backup, or just local only. If you do local and cloud, of course in the cloud is where you'll need to purchase the additional space, because I've got almost 500 GB of data used. Well, actually I've got a total of 500 and about 53 free, so that drive is pretty full. But I'd need the extra space purchased online in order to back that up, and it could take a long time to back up over the internet. But I'm going to back up local only. I can encrypt the data if I want. I'm not going to encrypt it, but let's say you're storing sensitive information that has to be HIPAA compliant or PCI compliant off from a file server. You can encrypt it, and that does help you maintain your compliance, your security compliance regulations. But for my use, I'm not going to encrypt. I'm going to back up the entire C drive, and I'm going to go to the E drive, the one I just plugged in, and schedule now. All right, now the image backup is a little different than the file backup. We don't necessarily want a daily schedule. It could take more than a day to back up. In fact, it probably will take a couple of days to back up that big a file. But I want it to start immediately, and I want an email notification when it's done. Also, it'll pop up on Notify Me on desktop when it's finished, and I'll save changes. Okay, but there's one more thing I want you to do before you're finished here. I want you to go to Settings and scroll all the way to the bottom, which apparently we were by some mistake. But what the default is, this auto pause is unchecked. See, I've checked it. But if it comes like this, auto pause at 100%, then iDrive, you're telling iDrive, use everything on my computer, my hard drive, my memory, my CPU, use it all for backup. Well, I think that you're probably going to want to use your computer in the next couple of days while this is backing up. So click auto pause, and I suggest that while the PC is in use, that you only allow iDrive to use 25%. When it's not in use, I suggest that you allow iDrive to use 80% of the capacity. Now you could use 100, but sometimes I like to leave something else running. So I want to make sure that it's sharing a little bit, right? Now we're not using map drive, so you don't have to worry about that, but that's the key right there, is to make sure the auto pause, PC in use is 25, PC not in use is 80, and you'll be much happier with the performance of your computer. Save settings, and look, local backup is underway. So we can take a look. The disk image backup is in progress, and the backup of local files is also going. And let's take a look at the scheduler. Now the scheduler, you can have multiple schedules here, so view and manage all your scheduled tasks. I have 2 going right now. I have the disk image, okay, and I have the default backup set. Now the default backup set is scheduled to run every afternoon at 1:25 p.m. Actually, I want to change that to a.m. And I have to run it to run every night at 1 a.m. And in this case, I can make the cutoff time. Now I'll go ahead and leave it running. You don't have to worry about it. It's probably going to finish. But I do want an email notification on any of the processes and save changes. And there you go. You've got everything scheduled. You've got a disk image going locally. You've got a file backup that's also going locally to that same iDrive that we used. And you've got a good solid backup program, because you're having your 3 copies if you're using the cloud version. If you're just using the local version, hey, that's better than none at all. I hate it when I have people call me and tell me their sad stories about losing data. I'd much rather have them spend a little bit more, even if it's $50-$60 a year for iDrive, and be much happier with their data, especially when a device fails. So anyway, this has been a little tutorial on iDrive and how to do the disk image backup, and how to use the local backup and the free version of iDrive to do what you need to back up. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like and share and subscribe wherever you see Impactization videos. Have a great day.